Yo, what is up, traders? It is 5 a.m. Let's have a quick look at the market for this week, right? So GBP CAD, we have a nice little area here from where we could sell. So if you want, you can just draw a little zone here like that. And then your sell area would pretty much be from, where's this thing? Like 50% area right there. Stop loss there. TP should be pretty much just above the zone down here, which is going to be something like that. Now obviously it does depend on where this zone sits within your broker and the price that it has, because some pairs differ per broker. But just by looking at one chart real quick, that's what I can see for GBP CAD. Let's look at GBP USD. Please note I'm using TradingView for this, so the prices might be a bit different if you're using deriv, but we will check out those charts a bit later. Let's have a look at GBP USD right now. Got a nice break to the top side. It's still pushing up, so in terms of zones, it needs to get retested. I'm going to look at something like this. We are also within a major zone, so there is a good possibility we can see a sell to the downside to then come and target this area. So I'm going to just mark something out like this. If we get another tap down there, that'll be good. Obviously I would check these when I'm awake, but we can maybe have something like that. 1, 2, 3, which suits me. Let's quickly check the smaller time frames. I just want to see what is going on there. We have this another 2 minutes or 3 minute zone here, which we need to tap into. So this will then be our ideal selling area, which will be right there. Maybe just start at that zone. Let's do it like this. Keep it nice and tight. That's looking good for GBP USD. I'm going to quickly go out and then do the one. Let's go back to 4 hours. I'm going to look at these pairs on a 4-hour time frame today. We are also still in quite a nice uptrend, but this could give you a nice 1 to 4 sell to the downside, and then we have a good area to potentially buy from here, or we could buy, you know what, actually let's do this. We could actually buy from this demand zone down here, just like that. This is just purely technical based. Obviously, if we have news, which I do see we have this week, it could change around a bit. Let's look at Euro GBP. Euro GBP, our sell limit from last week never got triggered. Market never went up that high, but it did in fact test this zone right here on the 4-hour, which is a zone that I missed. And then what we would have had here would have been something in the middle of that zone, just like that. Oh, to be fair, it would have tapped it in there. Had a little bit of drawdown, and then the trade would have looked like this. So now, in terms of what's happened here, we have broken through a previous demand, which could turn supply. Something like this. So depending on, obviously, if there are any fundamentals, we could look at another sell to the downside, doing something like this. And then my area of interest for that TP would be above this area. So pretty much selling down to that area. That's also 1 to 14, which is something we might be able to look at on Euro GBP. Let's look at USD CAD. USD CAD's in an interesting area for me. It's an area that I want to buy from. I just quickly want to check whether it's a weekly or a daily. I think it's a daily level. Yeah, it's a nice little daily that we have here on USD CAD. I want to see if there's any other areas of interest. That area has already been tapped. And then we also have this daily area down here. Obviously prices according to TradingView. So if we do get a break of this USD CAD pair, because right now even on the daily it's just open, so it could be forming a wick. We could possibly still be pushing topside to grab a move somewhere down here. But if we continue pushing down, we do know that we have a long-term swing target all the way down to 1.30518. Having a look at USD JPY real quick. We are still in that uptrend. We've tapped this major zone, so I'm not sure if anyone sold it, but it's a pretty good area to sell it down from. quickly want to extend this just to see if we have any untapped zones here. Let me clean this up for you. These are some previous trades that we had taken. That is a tapped area, and then our next area is pretty much down here. So that comes from that area, which is fine. I'm still going to mark it as an area of interest, just like that. And then what we could potentially look for on USD JPY is, because we haven't yet taken out these lows, and these, we could look for potential move to a supply zone somewhere in this area to then continue catching the sell down, and then I would look to get the overall buy up from this area as we've taken out structure. So I do see markets eventually coming down, and then from here pushing up topside to come and take out these previous supply zones right here. Also, if we don't break out and push down to this area, then what's going to happen is market's going to push topside to do something like this, and then from here we'll come back to this area of interest. So that is definitely just something to look at in terms of USD JPY. Let's look at GBP JPY. It's going to be something similar. I don't actually have any analysis on this, but just from quickly checking the daily, we might actually on GBP JPY get a potential sell from this daily zone. And then our target could be this previous low, so probably TP right there. Or what I would do is potentially have a daily zone down here to target. Something like that. And then the move could be something like this. That is massive. TradingView, don't do this. Then we could look at something like that. And then have a nice, what's this, 1 to 9. Let's see if we can get 1 to 10 out of this. Yeah, perfect. 1 to 10, still above that zone. That could work nicely for GBP JPY. Euro USD. Yeah, we do have almost like a double top that's formed here. This is on the daily. Nothing major that I'm looking at right now. The sell played out quite nicely. I'm going to wait for structure on a higher time frame. Let me quickly clean this up. I'm going to wait for a higher time frame structure to shift and actually come and take out this low right here. And then once it takes out this, I want to see a shift back to the top side, and then I'll look to sell it down. Or if it pushes top side above these highs, I'm going to look to buy it up. I'm going to see if we have any potential areas. Yeah, we have a potential area here to come and tap into. And then we also have a major daily supply from all the way back. When was that? Like 2020. So until we break this uptrend, nothing much really to do, because we have taken out this high in terms of candle closes. But we do still have some untapped areas down here that we need to take out at one point. Let's look at Euro CAD quickly. Yet again, we've got a break to the downside on Euro CAD. So I'm just going to clean that out. And then we have on a daily. So we have a daily zone that I'm going to mark out here on Euro CAD. Something like that. And then we have, do we have any daily zones that we can target? I'm going to clean that down. And then we have, see if that got tapped. No. And then that was a nice push to the top side. So then I'm going to mark out this area as a point of interest. So I'm going to be looking for sells on Euro CAD from this area downwards, or we can check maybe smaller time frame supply zones around this break to also tap into it. Euro JPY. Let me see. Daily. Still pushing to the top side, so I'm still going to be expecting, let me clean this chart real quick. We broke here and we broke there, so I'm still gonna wait to see market come down to this area eventually, this little demand zone. But market is still in an uptrend, so what I needed to do now is pretty much come back, tap into this, and then we can target previous highs, which at this current point is right there. What we can also look at, And remember, this is just daily. I'm not even checking smaller time frames now. I mean, we can do that in the group. So that is an option we have like this. It's from the middle of that area. And then another option would be, I'm one-handing this thing right now. Another option would be middle of this zone. Stop loss just there. And then we can target this broken area right here, which is also still a 126. So that's it for Euro JPY. USD ZAR, I believe we missed a nice sell. This is on the daily. I can see market is still going down. We do still have some untapped supply up there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to check it on the 4 hour real quick. Just want to get a bit more structure. USD ZAR still kind of in an uptrend. It's starting to make like long term, it's starting to make lower highs, but it's still kind of in this supporting area. We had a little bit of movement to the downside, but it reversed, went back up. We've got some untapped daily zones here, and we also have a 4 hour, and we also have a 4 hour zone here, since it broke structure to the top side, that we could be looking to buy from, and then we can just target previous highs right up here, something like that. Keep it nice and tight. I'm going to put the stop loss very tight, and just something like this. Still a 125 move that we can look for on USD ZAR. And then CAD CHF. Oh, look at this. I remember this trade. We took it live. We got stopped out. I believe we had some CAD news or something. It was like 1 a.m. No, it was 11 p.m., 12 p.m. And it's still pushing to the top side. So what we could look for is obviously this supply turning temporary demand. So if we can get any sort of structure break to the top side, whether it's like this, or if it like properly comes in, wicks it, and then breaks and does that, I'm going to be continuing to look to buy it to the top. I just want to clean that out as well, because we have untapped areas here, and then we also have like very smaller, like this is what 4 hour time frame zones right around this area, which is the previous high we need to break. So a lot of potential on these pairs for the week. I mean, it's only Monday morning right now, so obviously we will check in on some more pairs as the week like goes by. But yeah, overall we have started to break structure from this downtrend. So before people tell you we need to wait for trend line break, we've already broken. We need to come and tap these areas, right, like literally right there. So that's still something that also needs to get tapped, and then I can clean these up because we've already taken those out. So we can either buy it from up here, or we have a potential move with a very, very tight stop loss, something like that. And then we can target these highs. So that's the one setup. That's a 1-2-15. It's going to be extremely tight, just the way we like it. And then we can also look at something like that, and then target either this, which is still a 1-9, or another 1-16. So we have a lot of moves coming up this week. So yeah, let's get it, let's smash it, and let's have another profitable now capital trading week.